Hey y'all, what's up? I'm about ready to break open one of these sweet Southern style Arizona iced teas. I'll tell you, it's been a hot couple weeks and a real hot day today. We just got done having a good time out on the lake with the boat. And we have all kinds of new things happening around here. I've been really busy working on the house, so I haven't made any videos. Also needed to get the Corvette in the garage where I could work on it a little more comfortably. And as you may notice, my Plymouth Valiant is gone. It hit the road. Sayonara, sadly. But hey, always moving on to better things. Speaking of, we're going to really dig into this, get everything tore apart we can, get everything ready, because we got a whole load of new parts. We were also waiting for a couple grand worth of parts we got from the dealership, so I'll show you all that stuff and we'll be good to go. What do you think? So starting with an important one, we got a brand new bumper cover there, all GM stuff, and very important to get started with is the first piece we need to install. New inner wheelhouse. That should be a lot of fun. All these roughed up surfaces is where the panel bond needs to go on. And then we got a bunch of other brackets and knickknacks and paddywhacks, brake duct, airbag for the steering wheel. Got two of these seat release levers, because when the seatbelt's locked it snapped those off. Got some rear bumper grills and a front wheel well liner. And as you can see, I still have the wheels, my Work Meister wheels off of the Valiant, so if anybody is interested in buying those, they will be for sale. But anyways, that's about it. We need to get ready to tear this thing apart, so let's do it. Alright, I think that's going to be about it for tonight. We'll come back tomorrow, get into pulling off the inner wheelhouse. Also need to take off the sway bar and the steering rack because I'm having some issues with that. The steering just totally locked up on me when I tried moving the car in here. Completely stopped working, so try and take that apart, see what we can figure out. And I also removed a couple of brackets off the top. Upper bumper support, stuff like that, but otherwise that's gonna be it for today, so we'll do it again in the morning. Hey yo, what's up? Hey guys, it's the next day here, and I'm all fueled up with coffee and eggs, so there's nothing left to do but get back to work on this thing. It's a beautiful day, and I kind of wish this car was out, have a little more light, but it works. My biggest concern is just getting that steering rack out of there, see if I can manage to fix that thing or not. So that's what I'm gonna do first, crawl under there, get that out, and move on to trying to scrape off all that panel bond, maybe set the new panel on, see how that fits up and everything. And then we'll grind down the welds on the crash bar, try and get that realigned, make sure it's straight, solid, and see what we can do. Woohoo!
Here she is. Might make a good rocking chair or something. You know, she's not out of service yet. Well, that's all that was left of our fender. Hey, you know, if you asked me, I'd say we're making some progress here. I did get a new sway bar end link, but haven't quite mounted her yet because I'm probably gonna have to pull the sway bar off and all these brackets so I can get the steering rack out. Pulled it back off both ends, so I can go ahead and pull it out. I'm gonna try to disassemble it. You can see there are some bolts there you can access and pull this whole end off. I'm gonna just see what's wrong with it, you know. Maybe a guy can just go ahead and fix it if he's real lucky. But we got all our wires out, everything's off, got that lower bracket off. We found another issue there. We went ahead and, hey, quiet down. We went ahead and pulled the riv nut right out of there. So it's kind of bent, pulled down, so I'm gonna heat it up, try and flatten it back out, see if we can't get that guy back in there, have it hold tight and work. If not, then I'll just have to tack it in there. But there's hope. I'm not too scared. I think it's gonna work. But we're getting close here. Just need to, pretty much all this front stuff's off and loose. We took the upper bumper support off there, and looks like we just need this hood latch, a couple little clips, and we can start trying to get this glued on mess of fiberglass off here. So we used our old Firemaker 9000 there. We turned it up in here on the inside of the gear so that we didn't overheat this bearing and melt the plastic casing on it. And I was able to get my grips on there and get it to spin. It goes a little one way and the other, so try and put it back together and see if I can get the whole thing moving the way it's supposed to. Does turn. One problem is I just don't have the right size pliers either, or wrench would be obviously better. But I can't seem to see exactly what's wrong with it. So I was using this oscillating tool here with brand new blade that's of pretty good quality, and I started back here, a couple of spots. You can see how much dust it was kicking up, and it's gouging the aluminum. So that was a little trouble, and it's noisy as heck. So now I moved on to the good old Makita heat gun, and pretty surprising results. I was hoping for this, and as you can see here, this is as clean as you can get. I just put quite a lot of heat to it, and with that I was able to basically just barely pry this in there and it just peeled it away clean as can be. So that is my new technique. May take a while, but I think overall it's just gonna give a way cleaner and a little easier consistent job. So you can just hear it squeaking, and I mean, look how easy it just comes off, clean as can be. Beautiful. We ended up with, went over all this kind of with a flapper disc just to give it a little extra grip to hold on to. And we got some little pieces here we left for to leave our height, so when we put the new glue on it won't push in any further. And pretty much did that all across. Everything's looking cherry. For whatever reason, this hood catch panel actually mounts underneath the fiberglass, which is really stupid, but so I gotta be sure and get that realigned and make sure it's good to go first. And what we have set up here is we got a little sketchy, barely fits, but I'm just gonna put a little pressure on this from the old Silverado, and looks like about the right angle. And we'll just set this up here and see if we can get these cracks to come back together, and also set down our hood against the other fender and make sure that line looks good. Alright, we got that all cleaned up just on this side, so we can tack that. And I went ahead and got some 030 size 4043 aluminum MIG wire and some 035 tips, so that hopefully I can use this with my welding gun I got. I just need to get some argon gas for that, and that's going to be definitely what I'm doing next. I'll get that all welded, start on this one side and then clean up the other side, weld that, and then we can pretty much put our inner panel on after that, start moving on. Got the hood and fender realigned pretty darn good. I think it's definitely within the specs of where it should be. So kind of sucks that it chipped it right there, but all in all, it's pretty good. So that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you had fun and learned something like I did. The steering back, might have to look for another one. Not so sure that thing's going to work, and if I put it back in the car, none of the fuse box or anything's hooked up, so I can't really test it right now, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes, see what comes my way. But thanks for watching, and talk to you next time. Peace.